Dear students, today we are going to know about another important mineral present in our body, that is sodium. Okay, let us discuss about this sodium. Sodium is the chief electrolyte. Chief means very important. Okay, sodium is the very important electrolyte. Where it is present? It is present in large concentration in extracellular fluid compartment. So in our body, two compartments are there, no? Intracellular and extracellular compartment. So intracellularly, some components or some minerals are present. Extracellularly, some components or some minerals will be present, but this sodium is present extracellularly. Okay, in extracellular compartment it is present in large concentrations. Okay, the sodium is found in the body mainly associated with chloride. So sodium mainly it is associated with chloride and form sodium chloride, and also it is associated with bicarbonate and form sodium bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3. Sodium chloride NaCl. Okay, nothing is there. Sodium is the chief electrolyte which is found in large concentration in extracellular fluid compartment. It is present and it is found in the body mainly. It is associated with the chloride as sodium chloride and with bicarbonate as sodium bicarbonate. Sodium chloride is NaCl and sodium bicarbonate is NaHCO3. Clear? Biochemical functions of sodium. Let us see. So what are these biochemical functions of sodium means? In association with the chloride and bicarbonate, sodium regulate the body's acid-base balance. Okay, so in GI system, when we are reading, we came to know how this bicarbonate is forming, how the pH is forming, and how the pH is maintained by the kidneys. All these things we discussed already, is it not? You just remember that all those are all pH balance. The sodium is one of the important electrolyte or important mineral. Okay, so first point, in association with chloride and bicarbonate, sodium regulates the body's acid base balance. And sodium, the second function, sodium is required for the maintenance of osmotic pressure and fluid balance. So for the osmotic pressure, the sodium is very essential, and also for the fluid balance. Okay, that is the second function. Third function, it is necessary for the normal muscle irritability and cell permeability. Okay, cell permeability, for cell irritability, for sending impulses, for all this, the sodium is very essential. Okay, so third point, it is necessary for the normal muscle irritability and cell permeability. And sodium is involved in the intestinal absorption of glucose, galactose and amino acids. Okay, so in the intestinal absorptions, for the intestinal absorption of glucose, for the galactose and for the amino acids, you require this sodium. Okay, sodium is involved in the intestinal absorption of glucose, galactose and amino acids. And the next function, it is necessary for initiating and maintaining heartbeat. So for the initiation and for maintaining of this heartbeat, you require this sodium, which is the important mineral you required in your body. Okay, all these functions were carried out by this sodium. Because of that, it is a chief mineral which is present extracellularly. Clear, all of you? Daily requirements for normal individuals, the requirement of sodium is about 5 to 10 grams per day. So daily, per day, you can take 5 to 10 grams of sodium. Keep in your mind. Okay, which is mainly consumed as sodium chloride. సో మీరు తీసుకునే ఈ సోడియం ఏ విధంగా వస్తుంది మీ బాడీలోకి 5 to 10 గ్రామ్స్ అంటే ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం క్లోరైడ్ కదా. సో సోడియం క్లోరైడ్ అని మనం ఉప్పు వేసుకొని తింటాం కదా వంటలలో, in that way. Okay, so which is mainly consumed as sodium chloride. For persons with a family history of hypertension, the daily sodium chloride intake should be less than 5 grams. So ఉప్పు బాగానే వేసుకుంటారు, so you will get 5 to 10 grams. But in the case of this hypertension, you need to reduce this sodium chloride intake to less than 5 grams. Okay, for patients of hypertension, around 1 gram per day. అదే హైపర్టెన్సివ్ పేషెంట్ అనుకోండి, 1 గ్రామ్ మాత్రమే తీసుకోవాలి ఒక రోజుకు. ఓకే, it may be noted that 10 grams of sodium chloride contains 4 grams of sodium. See, sodium chloride మనం తినే ఉప్పులో ఉప్పును మనం ఏమంటాము, sodium chloride అంటాము. Is it not? So in that sodium is there in that salt what we are taking in our food is containing sodium as well as chloride. Is it not? So in that sodium chloride, in that salt what we are using, in that only 4 grams of sodium is there. Okay. The daily consumption of sodium is generally higher than required due to its ఫ్లేవర్. నార్మల్గా తీసుకునే వాటికన్నా మనం ఎక్కువగానే తీసుకుంటాం, ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి దాంట్లో మనం ఈ ఉప్పు వాడుతూ ఉంటాం కదమ్మా. సో దట్ dairy sources, the common salt that is sodium chloride used in the cooking medium is the major source of sodium. ఓకే, మేజర్ సోర్స్ ఏంటి? కుకింగ్లో ఉప్పు వేస్తూ ఉంటాం అన్ని వంటల్లో, కాబట్టి we used to get this. The ingested food also contribute to sodium. మనం ఏమేమి తింటూ ఉంటామో ఆ ఫుడ్లో అన్నిట్లో ఈ సోడియం అనేది కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ద గుడ్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం ఇంక్లూడ్ బ్రెడ్. మామూలుగా ఫుడ్స్ విచ్ కంటైన్ దిస్ సోడియం మీన్స్ గుడ్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం ఆర్ బ్రెడ్. if you eat bread you will get this. whole grains, in whole grains you will get this, and leafy vegetables, okay, nuts, eggs and milk. All these are all the good source of sodium. Okay, absorption, normally sodium is sodium is practically completely absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, GI tract lo idi complete ga absorb avutundi. Less than 2% of ingested sodium is eliminated in the feces. Okay, 2% kanna takkuva eliminated from the feces in subjects with diarrhea. సో 2% మాత్రమే ఇది 2% కన్నా తక్కువ ఎలిమినేట్ అవుతుంది మన బాడీలో, ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాబట్టి తక్కువ ఎలిమినేషన్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ డయేరియా, లార్జ్ అమౌంట్స్ ఆర్ లాస్ ఇన్ ద డయేరియా అండ్ వామిటింగ్స్, లార్జ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం విల్ బి లాస్ట్ ఇన్ ద ఫీసిస్. ఓకే, plasma sodium. In plasma, and that means in serum. Okay, serum sodium if you take in plasma sodium, plasma serum, in plasma, the normal concentration of sodium is 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter. So, if we give our blood, in the blood plasma is there, no? That plasma is tested at that time, you get this amount of concentration of sodium in the serum, that is 135 145 milliequivalents per liter. Okay, but if it is lesser we will call it lesser concentration, and if it is higher concentration. Okay, but the normal body concentration of sodium is between 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter. Sodium is an extracellular cation. Okay, therefore the blood cells contain much less. Okay, సోడియం ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది? ఎక్స్ట్రా సెల్యులార్ క్యాటయాన్ కదా, కాబట్టి మనకు రెడ్ బ్లడ్ సెల్స్లో ఇది తక్కువగా కనిపిస్తుంది. ద మినరలోకార్టికాయిడ్స్ సెక్రీటెడ్ బై అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్. మినరలోకార్టికాయిడ్స్ అనేవి హార్మోన్స్, ఇవి సెక్రీటెడ్ బై వాట్? అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్. అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్ మీన్స్ అడ్రినల్ గ్లాండ్, యు నో. సో ద అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్, దిస్ మినరలోకార్టికాయిడ్స్ ఈజ్ సెక్రీటెడ్. This mineralocorticoid influence sodium metabolism. Sodium metabolism influenced by mineralocorticoid which is secreted by adrenal cortex. Clear? A decrease in plasma sodium and an increase in its urinary excretion are observed in adrenocortical insufficiency. So, ఈ అడ్రినోకార్టికల్ ఇన్సఫిషియన్సీ ఉంది మన బాడీలో అని అంటే, లేదా ఈ అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్ అనేది సరిగా పనిచేయలేదు అని అనుకున్నప్పుడు, దెన్ యూ విల్ సీ ఏ డిక్రీజ్ ప్లాస్మా సోడియం. ఈ ప్లాస్మా సోడియంను మీరు తక్కువగా కలిగి ఉంటారు. అండ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ ఇన్ ఇట్స్ యూరినరీ ఎక్స్క్రీషన్. సో ప్లాస్మా సోడియం తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది అండ్ యూరినరీ ఎక్స్క్రీషన్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం ఈజ్ increased. This is the situation. Okay, so mineralocorticoid metabolism is taken place by mineralocorticoids are responsible for the plasma sodium metabolism, and if this mineralocorticoid is not properly functioning, at that time you will get this decreased plasma sodium and increased urinary excretion of this plasma sodium. Okay, good. Excretion. Kidneys is the major route of sodium excretion from the body. As much as 800 grams sodium per day is filtered by the glomeruli, and some percent of this is absorbed by the renal tubules by an active process. Okay, so some amount of some percent of amount is reabsorbed by the renal tubules. Renal tubules lo discuss chesamu kada, how the sodium is absorbed. This is controlled by aldosterone. So the excretion of this sodium is under the control of aldosterone. Okay. Okay, this reabsorption and excretion of sodium is under the control of this aldosterone. Okay, you know all these things in kidney I clearly explained. So you recollect that and you can compare the values or compare the situation with this biochemistry. Okay, so excretion is by kidneys. Okay, so 800 grams sodium per day is filtered by the glomeruli. Some percent of this is reabsorbed by the renal tubules by active process. This is controlled by, this reabsorption is controlled by aldosterone. Deficiency disorders, the sodium normal level enta 135 to 145 milliequivalents per liter, is it not? So if it is less than that normal values, we will call the condition that is hyponatremia. Okay, hyposodemia anaru దీన్ని ఏమంటారు, హైపోనాట్రిమియా అంటాము. అదే ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే సోడియం లెవెల్స్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే హైపర్ నాట్రిమియా అంటాము. ఓకే, సో డెఫిషియన్సీ కండిషన్ ఈజ్ వెరీ పెక్యులియర్, యూ కీప్ ఇన్ యువర్ మైండ్. ఓకే, ఓకే, hyponatremia. This is the condition in which serum sodium levels falls below the normal. Hyponatremia may occur due to diarrhea, vomiting, chronic renal diseases. Okay, because renal diseases, the adrenal cortical is essential for the metabolism, is it not? So if this renal problem is there, you will get this hyponatremia, adrenocortical insufficiency. Okay, adrenocortical hormone is very essential, I told you, no, for the metabolism. If you have this adrenocortical insufficiency, so adrenocortical insufficiency disease, one disease name is there, that is Addison's disease. So in that you will get this hyponatremia. Okay, so causes for this hyponatremia are diarrhea, vomiting, chronic renal diseases, adrenocortical insufficiency, that is Addison's disease. Okay, administration of salt free fluids to patient may also cause hyponatremia. Okay, salt free fluids istha unte you will get this hyponatremia, dilute అయిపోయి. Okay, this is due to overhydration. Yes, ఓవర్ హైడ్రేట్, ఎక్కువ నీళ్ళు తాగుతూ ఉండే అలవాటు ఉందనుకో, ఎక్కువ నీళ్ళు తాగుతూ ఉన్నారనుకోండి, అట్ దట్ టైమ్ ద ప్లాస్మా కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ సోడియం విల్ బి డైల్యూటెడ్. సో అట్ దట్ టైమ్ యూ విల్ గెట్ దిస్ hyponatremia. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ డ్యూ టు ఓవర్ హైడ్రేషన్. ఓకే, decreased serum sodium concentration is also observed in edema. ఓకే, ఎందుకు, ఎక్స్ట్రా సెల్యులర్ ఫ్లూయిడ్ అంతా టిష్యూస్లోకి వచ్చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది కదా, which occurs in cirrhosis or congestive heart failure. ఈ కండిషన్స్ దేంట్లో చూస్తాము, ఎడిమా కండిషన్స్. yes, you can see in the cirrhosis of liver and in the congestive heart failure. Okay, so in all these condition you will get this hyponatremia, that is low concentration of the serum sodium. Okay, the manifestations of hyponatremia include reduced blood pressure and circulatory failure. So మీకు సోడియం సరిగా లేదు బాడీలో ఎక్స్ట్రా సెల్యులర్లీ అని అంటూనే you will immediately get this reduced low BP. You will get low BP. Low BP ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి చెప్తారు కదా, ఉప్పు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నా పర్వాలేదులే, లో బీపీ ఉంది ఆమెకు అంటాం కదా, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దట్. Okay, so hyponatremia leads to low blood pressure and circulatory failure. Low blood pressure ఉన్నప్పుడు circulation అనేది సరిగా జరగదు, so you will get this circulatory failure. Clear? Hypernatremia, this condition is characterized by an elevation in the serum sodium level. Okay, the symptoms include increase in blood volume. So, there in hyponatremia, blood volume is decreased, circulatory failure. But here in the hypernatremia, symptoms include increase in blood volume and blood pressure. So, automatically blood volume ఎక్కువైనప్పుడు you require pressure to pump the blood. Because of that, you will get blood pressure. Okay, BP, high BP. It may occur due to hyperactive of adrenal cortex. ఇది ఎందుకు వస్తుంది, ఇది ఈ హైపర్నాట్రిమియా ఎందుకు వస్తుంది అని మనం అనుకున్నప్పుడు ఇట్ ఈస్ డ్యూ టు హైపర్ యాక్టివిటీ ఆఫ్ అడ్రినల్ కార్టెక్స్, దట్ ఈజ్ కుషింగ్ సిండ్రోమ్. హైపోనాట్రిమియా ఏమో అడిసన్ సిండ్రోమ్ వస్తుంది అడ్రినోకార్టికల్ వలన. బట్ హియర్ హైపర్నాట్రిమియా ఈజ్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద డిసీజ్ దట్ ఈజ్ కుషింగ్ సిండ్రోమ్. So what happened in this Cushing syndrome? In Cushing syndrome, hyperactivity of adrenal cortex will be there, and because of this hyperactivity of adrenal cortex will leads to excessive metabolism of sodium. Because of that, you will get this hypernatremia. Clear? So, prolonged administration of cortisone, adrenocorticotropic hormone and sex hormones. Okay, prolonged. So, if you are under treatment of this ACTH and sex hormones, so that is prolonged administration of cortisone. At that time, adrenocorticotropic hormone, or if you are getting treatment of sex hormones, at that time you will get this hypernatremia. Loss of water from the body causing dehydration. Okay, akkademo over drinking water, over hydration leads to hyponatremia. Just it is opposite here for hypernatremia, that is loss of water from the body causing dehydration. Okay, so as it occurs in diabetes insipidus. So ఈ dehydration ఎక్కువగా నువ్వు ఏ కండిషన్లో చూస్తావు అంటే diabetes insipidus. Okay, so in this water concentration తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. So at that time this diabetes insipidus will get you this hypernatremia. Okay, results in hypernatremia. Okay, hypernatremia ku Cushing syndrome as well as insipidus as well as dehydration as well as ACTH and sex hormone treatment causes this hypernatremia. Okay, thank you girls. So that's all about sodium. Sodium is the so regarding sodium what we discussed, we discussed that it is a extracellular cation, and we said it is very chief and important extracellular mineral that we required for the body metabolism and all, is it not? And we came to know how the metabolism is taken place with this sodium, and what are all the biochemical functions of sodium, and what are all the deficiency disorders, what are all the hypernatremia, and what is hyponatremia, what are all the clinical manifestations, all those things. So if you have this hyponatremia, okay, if you come to treatment, if this hyponatremia causing organism causative factors should be corrected. If the patient is having hypernatremia, the causative things should be corrected. Okay, that's all about. Thank you girls. If you have any doubts, you please call me and clarify your doubts. Okay, thank you.